Welcome to Saturday Afternoon Poetry on this 4/19/2025. We have two featured poets today, Karen Gonzalez and Lawrence Berger, followed by an online publication reading for Four Feathers Press Point Up. That'll be coming in the second hour. But for this first hour, we're going to lead off with our leadoff featured poet, Karen Gonzalez. Take it away, Karen.
Thank you very much, kind sir. Today I had originally planned to share one of the poetic librettos that Four Feather Press produces, which they've published several of mine. But given the current affairs of these chapbooks running like crazy quickly over my landscape, I'm going to do a very soft launch of Moon-Kissed, Earth-Rot, Vision-Drunk, which is a hybrid collection of poetry and art. And it is conversations with three mistresses of transformation who are Mesopotamian women from the days of Babylon. I want to start with share screen. I want to share the cover of the manuscript so you can see the book. Can everyone see that cover okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the cover. Whoops, that's the cover of the magazine. Yay. And now I want to share with you a composite photo of the art that I made that is inside the magazine. Donna, you're already familiar with it, but these are fiber art pieces and collages using, rose hips and weeds. And this actually is a star anise seed I got from Israel that I hand painted. So this is just so you can get a sense of the art, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform the first couple of poems in the collection, because it is fundamentally a performance piece, and the art substitutes for my voice on the page. Okay, are we ready to go? I think we are. Okay, and later I will put my link to my website and to this particular book. If you're at all interested, it comes as a print copy as well as a digital copy. It's a brilliant setup that the publisher has. Moon-Kissed, Earth-Rot, Vision-Drunk. I wake at midnight, your name's on my lips. Ninsun, Shaduri, Shimhat, Mother, Crone, Lover. Moon-Kissed, Earth-Rot, Vision-Drunk, your Mesopotamian shade between rivers of remembrance casts a gilded net over humanity's muddied efforts to dominate rather than develop. The mesh uplifts what's buried by the sludge of such gluttony. Lost in that sediment, I am undertowed with fear. You meld what mortal flaws you can in the searing flames of a Uric Valley forge to shape them into tools of service. What would you have of mine? In answer, you plunge me head first into the rush of a spillway. Afraid of drowning, I must keep up with the current. It is too late now to do anything else. Ninsun Maternal. If I become any more beautiful than I am right now, because happiness in the beat of my being is growing lovelier, I might go back into the shadows of your womb, where safety is a hidden pocket. Tucked away from those who would chattel me, I search for the umbilical cord between us. But again, you scoop me back out into the world. Written on the palms of your sun-warmed hands, do not run from yourself. Be radiant, be striking, be both bold in word and vision. Meant to guide me, your words confuse. I lose track, can't recall the chant you gave me. Unwilling to budge, I pretend not to feel your fingers on my shoulders. Tap, tap, tap. You pick me up by the bones of my nature. Beneath the raku of my skin, the slanted alphabet of speech wakes sleeping birds nesting alongside me in the draped folds of your gown, fuchsia black. I whisper, what is my weight on the scale of this spindly world? I hear hushed tones. Take in the fullness of who you are. I do not yet know that measure, but slowly slide away from your protective pouch. Try again to find my way. It is a chore, one you promise I will learn without getting lost. One foot and then another, this is how I walk. After first crawling the path before me, never sure of where it will end, of how many steps I will need to take, knowing only that each one becomes one less. Such is my night comfort. By day, neither swaddled nor cradled, I find no shimmering strands of insight to knot into a basket that holds me. As I fall further into your surging waters, I close my eyes, gasp for air. Shaduri, broth of truth. The wisdom of your mead, a brew of Babylonian blue moonflowers and orange whips of sunset, is an elixir served in my honor and momentarily fills the gaps in my knowing, then slips out of my pores as stardust on even the haziest nights. This evening, at a right angle, head tilted to the left, I can see the powdery glint sprinkled on cold tenement asphalt and mountains greed ravaged. When I turn away, you say, no excuse to look away. You are made of this too. Then ladle more ale into my clay jug. Why are you telling me this? Already burdened with the task of staying afloat, I weary of such crone insights. Your knowledge does not stop harm in its tracks. I would rather you drain than fill my cup. This blend of yours spins me on a dharma wheel over patched streets, my understanding rough, hand-carved, stutters on cobblestones crudely laid. The rotations of any given moment turn me. Highest point becomes the lowest. Wherever I am in that turning, I must now guard against myself. If my own wants overrun all else, I may become the greatest danger I face. Just the thought dizzies me. I want to lay my head down on a pillow, soft, and dream of smooth stones. And the last poem in this soft launch. Shamhat, waiting for me. Dying into love, you drape my casket. Gold petal ringlets, a bouquet of feathers, jewels that dazzle before their time and during and once again after, because letting go happens in stages, in the spaces between the end of a season and the irrigated bed of my body. And with that, I stop. Thank you. I want to say, just for the record, Mr. Don, you may remember, my friend, you wrote one of the blurbs for this book, one of the testimonies for this book. So it's changed a bit since you last saw it, but That's my presentation for today. Thank you very much.
Well done. That's fantastic, actually. I really enjoyed that, Karen.
Thank
And there
you
was
both.
for me, there was some really standout lines in there. One of them was, I may become the greatest danger I face.
Yeah.
That hits the heart and picked me up by the bones of my nature. Oh my, that is, oh,
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so you're gonna be putting in the chat the information so people can
Yeah, I'll
acquire
put
your
the, yeah,
book.
just they can get the book and they can follow me. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All
Thank
right,
you.
let's head down to our other featured poet. There he is, Lawrence Berger. It is your
Hello.
time.
Thank you. All right. Let's get right to it. And I'm going to share screen. This is my recent publication poem. It's called The View from Mount Life. Oceans rise and fall as the land expands. Deserts hold the graves of fish that were older than mankind when they passed. The mountain has sung since before the dinosaurs roamed the planet. Its streams wear away the outer debris and will level it again before the world ends. But mountain life is eternal, merged with rainbows, rock candy, lore, and legend. It will last longer than me. All right. And the next one is a new one. I just wrote it today. So it's brand new. It's called What My Body Has to Tell Me. The meat that holds my toenails aches with the pressure of confinement. It longs to be in sand and the beach with foaming waves and loves. The patella on the left was shattered 30 years ago and sings anew with each passing moment. The quads are strong and full of energy that made life return to the cardio. My squirter is relaxed for the moment. However, I do have some beverages that might change that. My glutes are basking and being used for a cushy part. And just since we're showing books, here's my first one that's still on the market. It's from iUniverse, and you can get it anywhere. And from that book, I'm going to do one of my standards. It's called, I call it for 4,000 years ago. It was originally published under the title The Crack Baby's Prayer. 4,000 years ago, the Nile ran red, red with the blood of a nation yearning for freedom. 500 years ago, the Hudson ran red, red with the blood of a people losing their homes to the new kids on the block.
Sorry.
50 years ago, LA burned, burned with the fires of injustice, of promises too long left unkept. This morning, I was born, born with an addiction not my own, born with nothing more than the chance to dream and the hope that death will come soon. 4,000 years ago, the Nile ran red. What color will it run for me? And let's see. I have another book. It came out last year. It's called Word Dancing. It's the third in my series. And this one is from Word Dancing. One line is all I have. One line and one line only. But one line is all you need to catch a fish and feed a man for a lifetime. Set a course for the future. I'll follow my one line till it ends or until there are no more words. And Lastly, I'm known for taking titles out of the audience and building poems out of them in 30 seconds or less. So who's got one for me?
The
Anybody?
unemployed Adam.
The unemployed Adam. The garden needs a tender, and sometimes the serpent sells fruit, and we find that the first man was out of a job. So why are we looking to be employed? One more.
It could have been a holy night.
It could have been a holy night. Tailors have industry with needles, and we see that gloves cover Bibles and books of theology for time to preserve. And we see that the moon and the stars lead people to various dreams. And we see that in the beginning, there was one. Thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence.
That was fun.
And you put information in the chat as well about acquiring your sir.
Sure.
Very good. Well, then we will steamroll along to the online edition. This time it's pointing up, right? So that's a share also. Here we go. And so basically it's easier just to go down the line, find who's here. If you're here, give a shout out if I don't see you, because I can only see about 5 people at a time. Okay, let's see how this works out. The last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Michelle, you're here, right? Michelle? Well, she was here. Catch her later then.
You might be muted. She's here.
Yeah, I'm looking for her.
Michelle Smith, unmute yourself.
Go.
Oh, maybe she left.
Yeah.
She might
I
not
was
be
gonna-
able to talk right now because she was
Yes, she
moving
was
around.
mobile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll
Well,
come back.
save her for later. Peggy Castro, if you know her, she's a wonderful poet and unavailable today. Let's see, she
She is not here.
Terry's here. Hey Terry, which you want to read, Terry?
Oh, I guess I'll read the first one.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay.
I'll make it a little bigger.
The Ballad of Taylor Swift and Jake Gyllenhaal. She made records. He made movies. She was an old soul when it came to business, but young enough to still believe in love as something that mattered more than mere material for song lyrics. But he was 10 years older and steeped in the ways of the world as he saw it. When the breakup came, he apparently said something about how the age difference made a difference. And so, therefore, he was okay with leaving. She felt like a crushed pomegranate and then turned heartbreak into no ordinary end of relationship song, singing for 10 minutes on SNL with audible grief of youth still present in the 30-ish woman, telling fans not to walk up and down this particular path if you don't yet have self-awareness. Especially, don't give yourself to a man who may regard you as no more than a mere trifle. Thanks.
Thank you, Terry. Got some more on there. The ever shy Joan. Edward back in the fold. Jeffrey working on Saturday, every Saturday. Rick is here.
This is a tribute to a great stack of trash. We don't pay enough attention to our refuse. So this is a tribute to a big garbage mountain. Up on Garbage Mountain along the Biscayne Bay, although the seagulls stop for dinner, they seldom fly away. 'Twould seem a foul idea to build it up so high, it's not too wise to leave out all that garbage piling higher, vaster, wide. Mountainous high, strenuous glazes, heat, hassle, hazes, layers strumming, summing, suns drumming, heating, stuffed surprise. Trucks take dumps on hasty humps, leak, laughing, pungent snares, vapors drifting, wafting, lifting, sifting in the air, waves welling, falling, smelling up the air. Don't rush right up or drink the cup without a sealed tight mask to wear. We don our yellow gloves there, our acid-tested boots, completely airtight overalls and air-conditioned suits, with special pressure steel-toed boots amid the gushing whoosh. The bugs are mighty strange there, we've quite a special strain. The chemicals they've hatched in resemble acid rain. They carry mighty virus, sure, a highly aggressive brood. So do not park your car nearby, they've acquired a taste for tires. Radials are good. The roaches that survive there have carborundum shells, and when they fly from place to place, foaming, sparking trails are traced. The mud that moves, we call it. Watching some crawl by, don't get any on your shoe, it'll eat right through you quick. And should you dare to poke it, it'll probably eat your stick. One thing you'll find amazing as it reaches cloud-rimmed Olympic heights. The one thing true it can do, bring into a tourist well-earned view a look at that strange and bloated large Jersey, and a garbage barge, out of ripe, as homeless and as sad a sight as a garbage truck out of luck and gas, with a year's young load of your own waste. Like the taste?
Rick, you the man.
Enjoyable.
Joe, he's an excellent reader. Alex. Jim, oh, very shy fellow. GLS. Dean is here. Hey, Dean, which poem would you like to read, sir?
Yeah, I'll read the one that's up.
Okay.
Okay, just the picture. That's my grandmother from like 1950, and then I made a trip to Japan and tried to go to the area she was from. So that's the picture.
Oh, you lovely job on that picture. That's wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's called A Unique Asian American Voice. I listened to Asian American poets, and to my untrained JA ear, they sounded like many black and white poets. I wondered if this was the point of completing an MFA program, but what do I know? The poems were skillful, beautiful, and deserving of being published in American journals. Maybe the process of selection excludes a uniquely Asian American voice. Maybe English forces it to be more American and less Asian. Who can really say? Then, in the most unguarded moments of your reading, I heard you laugh. You laughed like my mother. You laughed like my grandmother, and I guess all our mothers before them. These mothers did not laugh to fill rooms. They covered mouths with hands. It was not proper to laugh in loud, foolish ways. Mother's tender warmth, gentleness becomes them and holds us. Then I noticed words were spoken with a nasal touch from our physiognomy. Broad noses resonate when we speak. Perhaps it was my imagination. Thank you.
Very moving poem, Dean. Thank you so much. In town. Connie is a visual artist. Lynn of England. Lisa West Covina. Ellen, maybe. I thought I saw you.
Hi,
There
can
you
you
are.
hear me today?
Yes, 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 yes.
You can hear me? Oh, wow. You can hear me? Yes, you're nodding?
Hear you well.
Okay. Okay, great, great. Oh wow. Okay, I guess I'll just read the first one. It's right here. Thank you. Thanks again. It's wonderful to hear everybody. Boiling tensions. Frog entered the pot. Someone turned the stove way up. American life.
Oh, oh,
Thank
oh.
you.
Now that's saying
I'm
a lot
glad
with
you.
little. Thank you,
Thank
Ellen.
you. You're welcome. Thank.
Wyatt has been moved to a care facility, so it's like an upgrade to where he was staying before in terms of care. So I'm hoping that he's getting the best care right now. But he's still writing those poems. He's so good at it. Robert, we need some visual. Hey, Robert, want to talk about one of these?
So I'll share this one.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
This visual poem was created with using Canva. It's a mock-up feature using like Post-it notes. It's called Idea Board. Make light, cross out. Appreciate dark. Barbecue ribs. Make dust. Cross out. Make dust. Make chicken soup. Cross out. Make chickens. Make earth. Cross out. Leave. Cross out. Make a man. Cross out. Hire a gardener. Cross out. Make Adam. Make woman. Cross out. Make Eve. Fix, cross out. Rest, cross out. Destroy, cross out. Evict, rest. Idea board. Thank you.
Robert, yeah, that is so creative. Really good. Again, it makes me want to try something like that. That's really Canvas, yeah? It's called Canva?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Canva.
Canva. Remarkable, remarkable. The little bird told me that Michelle is back. Is that right? Michelle, you're back? Would you like to read your poem right now, Michelle? Smith? Michelle? All right, I'll try in a little bit. Let's see who's up. Cal Oki, are you in the house, sir?
Yo, I'm here, Kingfisher.
All right, let's do this.
I'm sorry I lost the number and had to do some detective work. Okay. My first car and all that jazz. At the age of 31, I bought my first car. A faded blue 53 Chevy, which I called the Blue Blazer, for $125. What a bargain! When I saw Thelonious Monk on the cover of Time and heard he was featured at Shelley's Manhole on North Cahuenga Boulevard in Hollywood, Me and Blue Blazer took off to hear him and his band perform. Round midnight, driving on Hollywood and Pasadena freeways, straight, no chaser. Reflections of a blue book, epistrophe, and rhythm ding me all the way home. Blue Blazer also took me to Shelley's Manhole to hear and watch the modern jazz quartet, Charles Lloyd, Carmen McRae, Miles Davis, and Bill Evans, who was one of the pianists on the greatest jazz albums ever recorded. Miles' manga classic kind of blue. One year after the riots or uprising, depending on your point of view, I attend the Watts Jazz Festival. In the afternoon, under the junk sculpted tower of Simon Rodium, the drumming is like a flower power fiesta, and I love it. And deep in my heart, I do believe that one day we, black and white together, shall overcome. But as Hugh Masekela trumpet fanfares West Coast sundown, majority and minority Euro Americans leave festival, and I am left with a few other white skins engulfed in the Joseph Conrad heart of darkness night. War beat takes over drums. Flashbacks to year ago, unrest follow. Burn, baby, burn. Get whitey. Black power. Suddenly, blonde Euro and bare midriff stands up in spotlight and shakes blue jean booty to roar and laughter of jazz aficionado assembly. A jazz brother needs a ride, and in my 53 Chevy, I drive him to his ghetto home. My pale blue clucker could have broken down there, but it didn't. And even if it did, as Miles Davis might have kind of blued with muted horn to Bill Evans' piano introduction, so what?
Yeah. You know, I almost said the line you told me to say out loud, but you said it, so I had to stop myself.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I imperfected your perfect poem. Sorry about that, man.
Okay.
All right. Michelle Smith, last call. Are you there? Because there's only one more poet on this particular website. I'm sorry to say it's me. Unless Mary's here. Sometimes she's
Mary is here.
I'm here.
Mary, you're here. Thank you for sneaking in. Hey, which poem do you want to read, or you want to leave it up to me again?
Again, I didn't forgot what I wrote.
That's because you submitted it like 3 years ago. No. Well,
short-term memory. What can I tell you?
We could go. Yeah, at least you remember. Yeah, up to the top. We could go up to the top. We could go skyward, or just go traveling. What do you want,
Whichever
people?
way.
What do the people want? What does Mary wants?
I don't care. I don't remember what I wrote.
I'm thinking we should go skyward. That sounds like a good way to go. Let's try that one.
Oh, okay. Skyward. Point to the stars, not the constellations. All the stars in the sky. Use your imagination. See a smiley face, a sad one. Crying shooting stars. Find the fingers stretched from a hand. Tree branches reaching out. Cluster of leaves. Oops. Make out fruits, apple, peaches, mountains, valleys, house with smoke, coming out the chimney. Look up, point to the stars, not the constellations, all the stars in the sky. Use your imagination.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. All right. All right, I'll just do my poem then, and we can go to the open reading. Taking a last look who's here. I see some people who might want to be open readers. That's cool. All right, I'm going to read this poem that resonates with me a little too much. The second poem for me on him here. Speed Reader's Delight. Yeah, okay. It's called Upward Bound. And in case you haven't heard of Upward Bound, right? That's a summer program for high school students who want to go to college but need that extra lift, to get there. So I taught in that program, and this poem is about that. It's called Upward Bound. The ramp is a time machine, and I'm the one powering it, walking to class every summer. The ramp is the angular plane I ascend into a future which becomes present, then descended fast. I'm the one who used to be young, reddish brown beard turned gray, now glasses like Santa Claus, walking with a t-shirt on, cut-off shorts, tennis shoes, white socks. Oh well, guess some things don't change too much. That resonates for me. Yeah, I did that for 37 summers.
Yeah, I remember.
Wow.
Yeah, the times I've been there. I think everybody that's been there, being a guest poet, really enjoyed being in the moment in those classes.
All that time, I didn't realize that ramp was a time machine.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, let's go to the open reading. I believe we had someone reserved first for the open reading was Donna Faulkner. Is that correct?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Donna?
Hello, everybody. It's lovely to be here, and thank you for inviting me, Karen. I have got a poem to read called Ellie, and I thought I chose this one, Karen, to follow your wonderful women that you read about. So this is my poem Ellie, and it's from my book In Silver Majesty. Ellie is an old woman who will not shuffle quietly into the dull grey of an anorak. Ellie refuses to be unseen. Ellie lights a cigarette and tosses its match towards cremation. She dances drunkenly around that bonfire, spitting facts. Ellie will mix and match her colours until they clash. She will jangle her cheap bangles as she walks. Ellie, with her thinning hair, will wear delicate flowers and bold feathers prouder than a peacock. She laughs loud and often, with plum lipstick coloured beyond the lines. Her remaining teeth hang loose, part plum. Ellie courts the company of couldn't care less. Ellie knows better now. She's old enough to wear a rug around her shoulders to the market. She's brave enough to flip the finger at a Tesla that doesn't stop to let her walk across the road. And that's my poem, Ellie, and it's was previously published in the Wombwell Rainbow, and it's from my book In Silver Majesty. Thank you very much.
Beautiful, Donna. It's a great book, by the way. Put it in the chat.
Thank you very much, Karen.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautifully read. I love Ellie.
I see at least 3 people who haven't had a chance to read. Would any of you like to read? Yes, Jean. And then RA. You got to unmute, of course. Yeah, you need to unmute, sir. Here we go. Screen share. And unmute too. Yes. Yam will be our fourth open reader, right? After RA. Oh, you still can't hear you, Gene. You're muted. Yeah, got to unmute. Still muted, sir.
Just read it. Just read it.
Do you want me to read it for him? Yeah. Okay. I had a feeling this is a interesting note. Or it says, to all our loving friends, poets, and writers, for many decades you have freely welcomed Mira and me into your venues, homes, and hearts. You have shared your poetry, your dreams, and your successes. We have truly been blessed to have so many great people share their love and happy moments with us. You will remain in our hearts and memories forever. It is with heavy heart and much sadness that I tell you that Mira has now moved on to be with our Maker. It has been a tumultuous couple of years for Mira, having age and circumstance catch up with her. Modern medicine did all they could to counter the effects of a body growing old. The final blow was a traumatic brain injury in August 2024, followed by another fall, compounding the prior injury in November. And that is why we disappeared from your wonderful poetry and writing venues and other activities. All of you have contributed to the many beautiful memories we carried with us through the years. Even in your absence, we felt your love. It all came to a quiet end on the afternoon of 9 April 2025. Mira, at the age of 91, passed on to the realm of our Lord and Maker. I know that many of you, like me, will miss her dearly, but also, like me, you'll always carry parts of her in your hearts and memories. Thank you so very much for opening your hearts to us and sharing your love.
In the room and write a poem.
I believe the poem below, written when she told me go into the other room and write a poem, says it all. If I were a poem, I would float upon the ether in search of the soft cloud upon which you sleep. I would enter your dreams and stir your emotions with warmth and anticipation. As I course through your entire being, I will spread desire and the great need for self-expression. If I were a poem, I would rouse you from your slumber, inciting you to put life to the words I have washed over you. And I'm gonna move it up a little. And you would feel the great love that I and my words bring to you.
Emil, thank you for that. Go
And
ahead,
there's
I'm
more.
done.
You will know the greatness and power that such emotions convey. If I were a poem, you'd shout my words for all to hear, sharing your joy and exhilaration. Maybe then you would truly know why you love to write, and I love you so. May 10, 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, Gina, I wish you could
Beautiful.
unmute.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Emil. Thank you. And sorry for your loss. We're all sorry for your loss. My wife had asked me just a few days ago, have you seen Emil and Mira? And I told her that Mira had had a couple of falls, but I was still very saddened when I heard the news on through Facebook and friends. So it's good to see you. And you have all our love and all of our condolences.
I know, and I thank you all very much. You all have we have many fond memories of all of you and your wonderful poems and all that you shared with us. It was fun being a part of your family, and I will continue to be as I can.
Thank you, Gene.
And one thing I loved about both of you and about you was how you kept bringing her, as difficult as it sometimes was for her, the dignity and the beauty of her words. You just held them there for us, and thank you for that. We've really missed you.
And I think two of the poems that poets that we had here, Dean Okamura and let's see, oh gosh, trying to think of her name. Oh yeah, uh, Rosie from Alhambra. They
Yeah.
both took our classes at this Poetry and Senior Center,
Yeah,
and
Rose.
so her legacy lives on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you again, Gene. We have 3 readers left. Ari is our next reader, and then Yan and Michelle.
Okay, I just got to pick one. That's a hard act to follow. um, I think I'll do this one. Um, it's called Woman Tree. And it just, yeah, reminds me of Mira, and Mira reminds me of it. The Woman Tree. We turn in the sun from tight blossom buds to fragrant petals floating in the wind. Decorative promise of fruit and summer afternoon delights to come. Hard little apples growing, green, yellow, red, build up reserves of juice hanging in the wind, tenacious and determined to grow delicious, round and ripe. Scarred by passing beaks that stab our beauty, such rich and tasty flesh, somehow we heal over, the surface smoothing, hiding the deep wounds at our core. A tiny hole reveals the worm digging toward the seeds at our center, spreading soft rot, hiding darkness under the brightness. Winter lies in wait, our moontime. The nights turn cold. Exhausted, we crash to the ground, bruised and half buried, sunny side up, fooling passers-by, while inside, underside, agonies of wounds planted long ago, strangely fertile. The crows and raccoons, wolves and other beasts ravage our flesh, feeding hungry wintry appetites, uncaring of beauty or sweetness. Succulent tenderness is our enemy. It always was. Snow buries our forgotten remnants, crushed underfoot, flattened and frozen, our tired decomposing, feeding the next generation of trees reaching skyward and blossoms to be ravaged in the course of time.
Thank you, R.A. Skyward, excellent word for today for many people. Hey, Jan, you got a poem. You got to unmute. Let's hear it. Let's see it.
It's a tanka, so I'm playing with form. It's a Japanese form, and I think it's 5/7/5. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, this fits the form. If we could measure how much alcohol it took for organ failure, I would have tried to stop him drinking that very last drop. Oops.
Wow. Very poignant. Thank you, Jan. All right. Michelle, you were saying you're ready to read?
Sorry. Okay, wait. There.
There we go. Michelle?
Yes. Hi. Hello. Yes, I am. Thank you. Hi, hi, everybody. Good evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing you want to read your poem from the website?
I don't have the phone with me.
Yeah, so I better do that for you. Okay.
Thank you.
And I know you're at the top. Well, next to the top. That's right.
No worries.
Here we go. Do you want to read the first one or the second one?
I will read.
It's either I'm Mrs. Essence or Flare Up and Flare Down. That's a pretty heavy duty poem, as I recall.
Which was heavy duty?
Flare Up and Flare Down.
Yeah, it is heavy. But you know what's interesting? This yeah, it is heavy. And unfortunately, that first line is incorrect. I didn't even realize that was wrong. But I'll read this one, sure. I'll read it. I'll read the second. Okay. And I hope you can still change it because that's sadly incorrect. But I'll read the second one.
Second one, got it.
Yeah, I'll read the second one.
Yeah. Okay. Strap in, everybody.
Okay. Flare up, flare down. Don't forget the immortally made elixir stirred in a cup. Whatever comes out won't be a pretty portrait picture. Click, click, click. I'm going with him. Click, click, click. Nauseousness and keen nose aromas make me upchuck. But The smell, well, hell, it will vacate a room. Unfortunately, a car's engine and your ass can't move quick enough or fast enough to go room, room, room. My stomach is a bubbly cauldron. My small intestine, aka ileum, has particles and liquid combos to move back and forth, back and forth, the ebb and flow of the Pacific Ocean after the dry. Why? Sigh as I cry, cry, cry. Multiple dry heaves, tumble and roar in my abdominal walls. Imaginary drum set nonstop. It won't fall. My head aimed at the porcelain throne. Flush, flush, flush. Flee, flee, fuck. Well, I need a plumber too? Or the heroism of Robin Hood and Friar Tuck. I can see my open-toe sandals covered with you know what. With the illness of IBD, aka Crohn's disease. The abdominal flares are an unforgiving, unfair puzzle piece. Screech each leech. Continuous sprinting. Top. Flop, flop. Fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is not. Chaminade or Charlotte's Web. I pray these relievers, I pray these pain relievers won't have me press my luck. I'll be the ostrich with its head buried in the sand, with no feathers being plucked, plucked, plucked. FM. Flare up, flare down. Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Oh, that's honest poetry.
Wait. 94.7. It's deep, isn't it?
Well, hey, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. Poetry can be educational too. Last call for a poem. I was hoping there'd be one more reader. Yeah, GT, that's the one I was hoping for. Take us out, GT.
Yeah, I have a poem from my latest collection, Warped by War. And, you know, before the pandemic, I was trying to put together an anthology of different, call for war stories or poetry or whatever. Ron Rocha, who used to be a big supporter of your and my Spectrum that we ran for 6 years, Ron suddenly passed during that lull during COVID. But he had he had sent me his story, and I have a poem called Ron's Story. Ron, my friend, we shall miss your deep baritone voice. It's been corrected to your baritone voice, white goatee, and the spiffy way you dress casual. But what is going to happen to your daddy's records? Your still unpublished World War II story? That photograph of you as an infant in the arms of a father you would never know. Him on leave before deployment to Europe, then lost to the Normandy invasion. Your slow walk to retrace his battle path, the approximate spot he stopped to aid a wounded soldier only to receive his own fatal wound. Your incredible journey through military red tape and bureaucracy to St. Louis and the National Army Veterans Archives and Records. Finally, your Twilight Zone wait in a sterile room. The cart of 100 microfiche boxes rolled in. The viewing of the first film roll, its break and miraculous resplice at the exact point of your father's name, rank, and serial number. Now, my friend, who is left to tell your tale?
Very fine. And let's see, what do we have on tap for next week? Next week is the fourth Saturday of the month. That's going to be the 26th. So we're going to be meeting at the Lamanda Park Branch Library in Pasadena for a little celebration of the Inner Three. Kaluki's got a new book. You really got to see his book. It's fabulous. And this other guy named Marvin Lewis Dorsey, you might have heard of him. No, he's got a book that is really fabulous. It's a full color. You know, he's a great photographer as well as poet, so it's got an equal measure of both. And then there's some Kingfisher guy. He's got a new book too. But just as importantly, we're going to be debuting Southern California Windows, which has arrived and is heading out to its subscribers now. We're doing something new next week. We're going to have 9 featured poets from the book. So they'll be able to read all 3 of their poems, if they have 3, you know, or 2 or 1 from the book. And we're going to see how that flies in terms of time. So stay tuned next week for Southern California Windows and the Inner Three at the Lamanda Park Branch Library. I didn't mean to rhyme. And we might even have a Zoom too. I think we do. Do we? I'm looking at
Yeah, I'm still holding the time free, so
yeah,
so people can come and read, you know, from the book if they're not in that area.
Yeah, you can't make it Pasadena, Zoom it. Yeah, thank you, Ari.
Yeah. So just log into the regular Zoom and
Mhm.
if anything goes wrong, I'll let people know and maybe someone else can take it on, but
Okay.
happy to host.
All right, so have a great week, everybody, and thank you for being part of this. I want to especially thank our featured poets, Karen Gonzalez and Lawrence Berger,
Thank you.
and all of you.
Thanks.
Wave.